Welcome to our Premiership division, first grade men's Tasmanian Rugby Union round 6 match between University Red men running out onto the field in front of us, and their opponents today, the home side, Taroona. So you can see the list there. We're also missing Ruben Inglis off that list, but yep, University just with a slightly undermanned side in terms of numbers. We'll be looking to snatch a win from Taroona, who are sitting a little higher on the ladder. This match today will be competing for the Greg Sawyer Shield. Greg being a champion player for University back in his day, a long time ago, and also coaching down there. And he also spent a lot of time coaching at Taroona, and has been a premiership coach at the Taroona club a number of times over the years as well. Sadly, no longer with us. And this match, yes, always contests the Greg Sawyer Shield, and has been for the last number of years. We're just waiting for Taroona to come out. Here they come. Looking forward to a very competitive game of rugby here today. We've had a few games on this ground. There's certainly talk about the standard of the ground. It's very muddy in places, and but I think based on what we saw in our reserve grade game particularly, we should have a fine game, other than maybe the odd scrum needing to be moved. And Taroona now coming out, shaking hands as they line up, and you can see their line up there with a full side of 23. Looking forward to having Scott Eves back in the halfback position, directing the back line around the place. And there has been a lot of rugby. We've had some reserve grade game, and we've also had Golden Oldies and women's sevens here too. So lots of rugby to be had down here. And the guys will line up for a moment to remember Greg Sawyer. Also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land, the Muanina people, who've lived on and cared for this land for thousands of years prior to where we are today, and pay respect to their community moving forward. Taroona shaping to receive, and looks like we'll see the kick come from Joshua May in the number 15 for Red. We also heard the boys referring to Donny, I think there we saw in our reserve grade game. Moment to respect for Don McConaughey as well, who died recently. And the kick comes away, finds Anthony Lean right down by the sideline, and he drives in, playing in the second row today. Back in tandem with his good mate James Holman. They're a force to be reckoned with in a second row, those two. Sam Lowe, Taroona captain, goes ahead and nearly has that ball stolen. Eves finds Kazarine. Holman running out there. Nice solid hit on him from Jensen. And a quick ball here to Kazarine. Looks out, finds Heroini outside. Makes good contact on Snodgrass, who loses his headgear in that contact, I think. And a nice line being run here by Eddington, getting in behind the forwards. Heroini's headgear actually was the one that went. Got to be careful with the high tackle out there. Jensen pushing quite up around chest and shoulder area of Noble. And Lean getting involved again. So Taroona maintaining possession. Salter coming into first receiver, pushing it out there. Holman getting the ball back. Eves is in there quickly. And they've got numbers out wide here. Taroona gets to Heroini, steps back inside though. And good defence there from the red men. Eves darts through and he gets away. Has he got some support outside him? He does. He has Salter, and Salter's going to score. Untouched down the left-hand side. Lovely little dart from Scott Eves there. Saw the gap through the dummy and was away. Just the man off the side there of the ruck. Drifted right. Didn't have the numbers out wide, and Pregnell, maybe Beattie on that side there, just pushed across too far and left a nice hole for Scott Eves to shoot through, which will give Noah Kazarine an opportunity to add a couple of points. Nice and early for Taroona.
Are you commentating? Get his headphones.
Kazarine taking his time here. It's a nice start from Taroona, maintaining possession the whole way. They never looked like turning it over. Some good running by Mans Heroini, who's running in there out at outside centre today. So a few shuffles around in the back line for Taroona. Kick coming now from Kazarine. It's a nice looking strike. And he's put the points over. So great kick, great start for Kazarine. Get some confidence up with his kicking. Plenty of practice of that has been happening during the week. I saw while I was down at Rugby Park on Thursday night. Just a good strike. Okay, so the kick to come from May. And he kicks it nice and deep and finds Watts. He'll go himself. And takes a few with him before he finally gets dragged down there by Patman. And now the ball comes wide. So Salter in at first receiver again. Holman gives it to Eddington and he smashes through the tackle of Gumley. And now Matt Noble picks the ball up and no one's got the pace to catch this lightning lad. And he's over under the posts. So some great support play out there from Taroona. Gumley trying to tackle out there, just got absolutely hammered. And Noble gets back inside May. May unable to hold on. And Noble pins his ears back and finds himself under the posts. And less than 4 minutes down, Taroona 2 tries up already. And a shell-shocked Uni will be looking to kick again to return the play at probably 14-0 down. Uni running with a pretty similar team to that which we saw last time they played against Burnie, I think it was, down at University. And Taroona have had quite a number of injuries and probably back to an almost full strength side. And the kick's good, so Noble with the try, Salter with the try, and Kazarine with 2 conversions. That you couldn't ask for a much better start for Taroona on their 75th anniversary match. Decent crowd of blue and white across the far side there under the green and white tent and around. Sun's shining nicely. It'll be hard for those guys to see across that side, actually, looking into the sun. Lots of hands over eyes. There's also a decent crowd on this side of the field too. Okay, May. He's kicked to Lean. He's kicked to Watts. Let's see where he goes this time. Goes very shallow. It's a nice kick too. And well taken in the end there by Loper. And Taroona on the front foot again here. Eves comes in. Salter in at first receiver again. Gives a barrel of a pass to Holman, who can't take it. And that'll give University the opportunity to actually hold the ball. Okay, ball comes wide. Tauti looking for a gap. Meets solid defence of Kazarine and Heroini. And a big smashing tackle there on Jared Marbo. So we can hear the intent there. Taroona really wanting to put the pressure on and keeping University behind that gain line. This time Eddington. But I think we've got some offside play.
Not going anywhere, Red.
Oh, no, we're coming back for the knock-on. So the advantage from earlier. And thus far, with 6.5 minutes on the clock, it's looking like a tough day for Uni. Taroona really with their tails up. Solid defence, very aggressive defence in those few phases there. University getting caught behind the gain line most times. And we'll see the first scrum of the day. Good opportunity for University here to get some clean ball.
Talk about that gap pre-game, guys. I need to see it, yeah?
Moving back into a reset of this scrum.
Fine.
Okay, Snyders puts the ball in for the Reds and goes across. Just throws that ball well taken out there. And around they come. May injects himself into the line. And around they go. So good gain there by University, but the counter ruck looks pretty good. Hands on the ground, I think, in there. So may have just been a knock on to Taroona. May be a penalty. And Red now being driven back, but good intent at the breakdown from those guys from UTAS. And we'll come back.
No advantage, no roll.
So knock on from Red. Player not rolling away in the ruck. Good run from Jensen down that sideline and using May. Good attacking weapon. And May puts the ball out.
That's the gap all day, boys. Right. Fill you up the front, yeah? There's no ball, guys. No ball. Hold on.
So just waiting for the ball.
Ball's arrived. Ball on.
Throw in from Mandala. Just not straight.
Outside shoulder there, guys. Scrum here.
And unable to be taken. Pregnall being the man lifted up there. So another scrum, this time Taroona with the put in. They're looking to clear this ball out of here.
There we go. Yeah, inside, Blue, you're inside.
Some players loving that, loving the scrum there.
Fine.
Taroona now with the put in. Eves. Good drive from University and a big wide kick there to Salter. They decide to go outside there and a nice tackle there from Snodgrass on Heroini just to take him down in the front on. Kazarine's come in, the ball's come out. Towie has dished it off to Holman, but that's gone forward. So attacking intent in the deep defensive area there from Taroona, but just a solid defence from University, putting enough pressure on to force that error.
Red ball.
And yet another scrum. So 3 in pretty quick succession here. University now with their second scrum opportunity. They made some good meters off the last one. See Harry Jensen there putting the hand up, trying to make the call. Let Towty and Snodgrass in the 12 and 13 outside him know what's going on. Gumley on this wing as well. Great view. And the ball comes out, rolls along the ground, so a bit slow. And Jensen takes it to the line, gets met solidly, but Uni win that back. Good pressure at the breakdown and just slowing the ball down a little bit there, Taroona. And Ryan with a pick and drive and not making any meters, and then Mandala the same. They're just running there. They're going to deemed offside. I think kind of lucky in some ways there. Looked like it was Pregnall in the red headgear just loitering offside too and getting in the way of the tackle, but the Taroona defenders were up behind the last feet, and so give away the penalty, and Captain Jensen decides that Josh May can have a kick. Good opportunity to put some points on the board. Just slowed down the tide of Taroona points, which came very quickly. 2 tries in the first 4 minutes. It's been pretty even, and Uni have had actually very good opportunities with the ball since then. May now with the kick. And it's a good one, straight through the middle. So Uni first points on the board and bridge the gap a little. Oh, just slowly returning. Ed Solder with his hands on the ball. And the kick to come. Okay, it's a nice high one. Goes to Mandala, who takes it on his chest, nearly loses it, but loses it in the tackle. It's gone backwards, but regathered by Eddington from Taroona. And the ball comes now to Towie in the blue. Eves is in there very quickly again, finds Lean this time. Good contact, good solid tackle there from Jensen. He's making a nuisance of himself in defence, making some good tackles in the number 10. Salter slips out of the tackle there, and Taroona go again. Again, solid defence. Nice work from the red men. Not creating any gaps. And there's a gap there, though. Oh, unfortunately, the pass goes off to Loper, but it's just a little bit low for him, and he can't take it. But there's a big gap there. Well drawn by Lean to get to that situation and to provide Loper with an opportunity to make a line break. Quick look around the ground so far. What we're seeing, we've got at Devonport, the Bulls versus Burnie. They've been just playing for a similar time here. Start with a 3 o'clock start. The Bulls are up 5-0. Launceston are playing Hobart Hutchins Lions up at Royal Park in Launceston, and they're up 12-3. And the Stags are playing Quinns out at Edie Street today, and the Stags are up 7-0 at the moment. So plenty of rugby around the grounds you can keep an eye on. I'll keep you updated on the scores throughout the day. But you can also see those through Rugby Explorer. Pass goes awry, and Gumley manages to dive on it. But the counter ruck is good from Taroona, and now they win that ball back. Plenty of blue jerseys in there, but it's been pulled out by the red man on the ground. And I think it was Heroini winning that ball back. So he's stamping some authority on this game so far out there in the number 13 position. Taroona kick to the line, and we'll have a line out down in the shadowy depths of the corner. Low with the throw, looking for Holman. Reaches high, taken down, sacked, but the ball's passed back to Towie, who drives forward. Eves looking for someone left or right. He's got Kazarine way out to the left, dishes it off to Salter quickly, but the defence is solid. Both Tauti and... Oh no, we've got it out wide here very quickly. Oh no, so got some offside play, I think, but Taroona nearly got around the outside there. Good defence from Tauti and Jensen, I was in the middle of saying back there, but Taroona really transferred that ball very quickly. And they might want to opt for another 3 points here right in front of the posts. No, they're going for a tap. Ball given off to Towie, who throws it back, and Lean gets around the side. He's very close to the line. Just keeps it in play. Ball goes out. Kazarine dishes it out to Blowfield this time, and he's pulled up just short of the line.
Stay red. Stay your phone there.
And Taroona now with the ball very close. Comes out wide, finds Loper, looks one way, taken solidly.
Open up. You're good, you're good.
And Eves goes this time to Holman, Brocklehurst. Good defence on the line by Red. Taroona go right again. Nice tackling. Eddington needed to pass that. I think he may have got that over. And Gardner just wants to have a chat with the assistant referee.
I have a grounding. Yeah. All right, but I'm pretty happy he got there, but of course there's a knock on it.
I think we're going to award the try. So great work there to Jordan Eddington, I think, to score that try. He was very close to the line and just was able to spin his hands around enough to get it. Gardner just wanted to check with Georgia Stewart, assistant referee, about any knock-on, and she says nothing that she could see. And so the try stands. So good pressure there from Taroona. It was excellent defence, really, from University. So many tackles very close to the line and holding Taroona out. But in the end there, the wily run there from Pig Eddington gets him over the line and puts Taroona another try ahead. So 3 tries now to 0. Score at 19-3 with the conversion to come. And Kazarine with our camera right over his shoulder, about to kick with that left foot. Got his ball aiming out very wide to the left. You're hoping to curl this one around. And it's a nice straight off the boot, directly over the top, and he'll be happy with that. So will his Taroona teammates and the fans. So up to 21-3, 3 converted tries. That's a very solid start to the team in blue. Okay, May with the kick this time. He went short last time. And he goes there again. Just gets it in behind this time. A little bit better. Lean with the jump. Can't quite take it and knocks it on. Great pressure there from Wilding with a big jump there to get in front of Lean. Just put him off there. He wasn't able to catch that. Good view there of the Taroona oldies. See the sunglasses and the scarf in the middle there of AD Smith. Plenty of familiar faces if you're a Taroona player or supporter back over there. Mook Cowling, Flash, Andy Smith. Buffer there with the glasses on as well and a beer in his hand. And Uni scrummaging very nicely. Great pressure from Eves, though. And Eves has put his hand down in the tackle and knocked that on. I'm not sure that he got his hand on that, actually. Certainly didn't look like it to me. I think he may have knocked it out of the hands of the halfback, but certainly referee was right on the spot with a better view than me. And Reds will have another opportunity now to have a scrum. So good pressure at the back there from Eves, and it's just a little drive on at the end there from Blue to put Uni onto the back foot as the ball came out of that scrum. Ball comes in from Snyders. Looking good and solid at the back now. And Uni press forward. Snyders now dishes it out. I think we've got Towie on the far side, offside at the scrum, breaking too early. So another advantage here. So 2 penalties in one there. And University scrummaging nicely. Getting that drive on in the scrum there and just moving forward puts that added a bit of pressure on the Taroona scrum there to break a little early, and that's what happened. Towie on the blind side there just took off before the ball was out and gave away the penalty, and then another player, I think, not rolling in the tackle. So it gives Uni a really good opportunity now with a line out inside their 22, sorry, inside Taroona's 22. And again, just waiting for the ball. Addy Mandala in the number 2 there, hands on hips.
Yep.
Nice work down there, Taroona supporters. And the ball manages to come back, knocked back into the hands by Taroona. So the ball goes to Towdy. He finds May out wide, but May knocks it on in the tackle. And we'll go back to the knock on at the line out. No advantage to the red men. So just a messy line out there for red. Pressure there from Taroona, but they weren't able to win the ball.
Angle in 3. By 3. Yeah. On the 15 go.
Just like Thursday night. Pressure. Pressure.
And psychological discussions go on from the scrums.
Seconds in.
Someone enjoyed that engagement.
Fine.
Bit of a delay there. We're making sure that the players are all securely in that scrum. And Eves putting close pressure on there. And just managed to be regathered out there by Moyer. And now Pregnell running across field, straightens up, tackled nicely, gets the ball back, and the red men on the front foot now. Just a little bit slow in there. Ball comes out on the right-hand side, and a good run. And more knock-ons there by Blue. So
yeah, he's popped it up and this man touched it.
Mandala there with the big run. And I think it was stolen, but then dropped by Taroona.
Come over here, guys.
See the sun just disappearing a little bit. Drops the temperature by about 5 degrees. Red with another opportunity here, so getting closer. 15 metres out from scoring. Snyders may look to use Davis and go blind here. Davis just losing his footing at the back, and here it comes. Again, pressure from Eve, so the pass doesn't go to hand. Eddington comes in and puts Towdy to ground, and the Reds now come left again. Wilding with a solid run, eventually taken down by 3 Blues. And Uni win it at the ruck. Coming to Jensen, pushes it outside to Towdy. Noble comes in, but there's a wrapping player around there in Patman, but he gets caught behind the gain line, and Uni just go back a little. Ball comes now to Jordan Ryan, who's hammered. Now, in comes Davis, putting his head down dangerously in front of serious pressure tackle from Taroona. Marbo with a good run. That was a good line right back in there. The players behind that ruck weren't ready. And he's been held up, has Mandala. Sorry, Marbo. And Uni going to lose that ball.
You had 2 players join the maul before you got your knees to the ground. It's a maul.
So Reece Watts made the first tackle there. No knees on the ground, and then it was deemed a maul. It was loudly called by Gardner. We could hear that, but I think Marbo disappointed there. He thought he'd got to ground and that it should have been a ruck, but not to be the case. And now Taroona defensive scrum. We're looking to get the ball back to Ed Salter. Deep behind the scrum. Sir, are you serious? Some wise words from Sam Loper. Just much better to listen to the players than me.
Burn!
Good scrumming by Red. Just turning sideways though, but the ball does come out. And advantage to Blue.
Knock on here, Red. Turn in the corner. Red, knock on off them. But it's penalty here, because Red turned the corner.
So Red deemed to be just trying to turn that scrum rather than scrummaging straight. Which will give Salter the opportunity to kick out. Sure, the Red scrum will disagree that they didn't do anything wrong, but Gardner's certain. And the kick, here it comes. Look out, camera. Marcus on production here behind the computer, just jumping up and making sure nothing hits the back of our screens this week. We've had some disasters over the last few games. Throw goes, taken by Holman and popped out to Eves. So ball comes down quickly. And running up the middle from Heroine. He's enjoyed some good hit outs. Lean on the left-hand side. Takes the ball in and they go quickly again wide. Heroine finds Dewindham outside, who's darted through a gap and steps one way, steps the other. That's great footwork from Ish Dewindham. Josh May was in a good defensive position, but he just ensured that May had to stand up and tackle him, and the pass found the hands of Callum Blowfield, and he's able to run around the outside. Just watch here, Dewindham with a swerve of the hips there, and then the last-minute pass ensured that Josh May was not going to get anywhere near Blowfield. Beautiful work from the Taroona fullback there, and a nice finish from the wing in the hands of Callum Blowfield. Another one right in front of the sticks here for Kazarine. Okay, Kazarine just taking his time to set his kick up. A short run up on that one, and it's good. So Taroona now 4 converted tries. University with just those 3 points from a penalty kick. It's interesting on this one. Kazarine decided with the in front just to go a little short run up, couple of steps, and over he goes. Be happy with the way his kicks are going so far. Having 4 from 4. Pretty helpful when your team scores that close to the posts.
Come on, boys, come on.
Wobbly kick from May this time, finds Lean. He looks to give it to Towie and then falls over. Cavalry come though, and Sam Lowe is the next receiver, supported by Matthew Brocklehurst. Eves goes to the right. Little chip in behind here. No one in that area from Salter. And the ball goes out. Good option there. Winger on this side of the field there. Levi Gumley was up in the defensive line. And May was very deep in field. So that ball finds the grass and goes out. But not too much of a problem there for Red. Go to the line out. Taroona have been pretty strong here so far. And have put a lot of pressure on the Red line out. Look for the front. and eventually get it to Pregnell, who taps it down. Not sure what the advantage was for there. Early lift, apparently. So Taroona just lifting too soon at the front. Red with the free kick, go for the tap and go out to Davis. And Taroona not back 10. Marbo, oh, solid hit from Holman. And Red looking to regather their thoughts. Nice run from Wilding. And he's tackled solidly by Aiden Fenny, who's come on in the front row for Loper, but good run in there. So again, Taroona giving away penalties. Need to settle and show a bit of discipline. Jensen dishes the ball back to Towdy. And Red, just another phase. Not making a lot of metres, and May decides, yeah, let's kick it down. And I think he's put it out on the full. No. Out on the full. And we'll come back for the penalty. So a good option there by May, really, to just chance the arm a little bit, but no one really chasing that kick.
Second. It doesn't matter the penalty too. You can't use that as an advantage on play. Yeah, I know.
Some interesting requests from the red men there, wanting some advantage from that kick, but it went out on the full. And they'll get an opportunity here to give May the kick and have an attacking line out in Taroona's half. Call's not out, and it's not either. Eves takes it, goes inside, throws a bit of a dummy on Gumley, and throws one. Not this time, though. Ryan gets him. Manages to get that ball back, does Eves, but it's knocked on by Taroona, so good pressure.
Find the man, he knocked it on. Tap it properly, please. Tap it properly, please. On the 5. On the 5. On the 5.
Uni looking to play on quickly there, but told they need to actually tap the ball. You can't just tap and need to tap and release in the right position. So Eves, I think the third attempt there to step around the blind side wasn't enough to fool Jordan Ryan. And Davis came back around and gave him a hand, and they were going to take Eves out over the sideline, but he threw it back in, and Watts couldn't see the ball and knocked it on, and then an offside player taking it. So Uni have opted for the scrum. Scrummaging pretty solidly, University. And a good drive forward there. Get the ball out to Jensen. Runs across to Towdy, who Jensen wraps around, and then the ball comes back inside to May. He's finding a gap, and well taken by Watts in the tackle. University now, I think, will turn that ball over. And not releasing the player on the ground. Oh, unfortunate, I think, for...
Your own player prevented you from playing it.
It was Lean who managed to pilfer that ball, but as he went to ground, it was stolen by Red, and he didn't release. So another scrum to Red. Close game up at Devonport. Devonport in the lead up there by 7, so it's 19 to 12. Pretty high scoring. Good scrumming from Red. Driving forward there, but the penalty has gone. Eves goes the quick tap from defence there and can't get the pass away to Noble. And Noble boots the ball and it goes out on the full. So not good options there by Eves. Going the quick tap, but there was a lot of defence there and he wasn't going to get anywhere. And away we come. So University with a solid line out that time. Nice win. And Taroona got to get out of the way. Tackle made in there by, I think it was Salter, who didn't get out of the way. And
He's fine, the ball's out, he played it.
great talk from the referee here. You can hear Taroona making a nuisance of themselves. Jensen looks to go through, taken by Holman. And University just need a spark from someone. They come left, Marbo now, but again, just monstered in a tackle. I think Towie and Lean, these two are working nicely together as defensive pair. One low and one slightly higher.
Over the shoulder.
Wilding making some good meters with the ball in hand, but again, just penalties against Taroona. Just heard two of them there. Tackle over the shoulder, player not rolling. University, and another penalty against Taroona for not rolling away. So great pressure from University. Great pressure from University. And ill discipline from Taroona, really getting caught in these ruck situations, not letting University have the ball, but they're breaking the laws. So got to look out here.
Cut it out, or we're going to have to move forward, yeah?
Just hear that from...
Have you seen your exactly the same guys? I'm being the same both sides, right?
A bit of a question, I think, of the last line out about the dummy throw. So the thrower is not allowed to make it look like he's throwing the ball in. Ball comes down there, messy throw to Beattie. Takes it. It was straight though, so that's all fine. And then University now driving forward. Taroona need to be careful in this situation. Another penalty. They'll probably have someone in the bin. Discipline is important. They get a few Taroona players offside here. But they managed to get back on before red come. And driving back. And luckily for Uni, there was a good counter ruck there from Blue, but managed to pop in on the side. Towdy now looking for a gap. No one with him. And Heroini manages to get his hands on that one, but Uni managed to keep possession. Solid hit there from Holman. Uni go to the open side now. Marbo's out there. He finds Snodgrass back inside him, but not on it. And Solder now. Solder manages to get out of the way after almost pilfering the ball and losing his footing. And Uni making good meters. About the 10th phase in a row here. Haven't made a lot of ground though, but got space out wide. Towdy finds Gumley, who's in space, and he scores. Taroona defenders not so sure, but I think looked pretty good by Gumley there. Good pass to get this ball wide here. Defenders were up inside. And Gumley gets the ball down. He certainly didn't drop it because he's kept the ball in his hands the whole time. So great work from Red, great persistence, pushing ahead there. And after a big, long build-up of a lot of possession and a lot of penalties against Taroona, University have managed to put their first try on the board. So Levi Gumley on the wing in number 11. Scoring a 5-pointer. Launceston versus Hobart Lions at Royal Park. Lions are on 3 points and Launceston on 12, so it's not too distant to that score up there. Score here now of 28-8, and Glenorchy showing Harlequins how to play rugby out at Edie Street, currently up 24-0. There was another reserve grade game today too, up at Launceston, between Launceston and Burnie, played earlier today, and that was a close one, only 7 points in that. High scoring game, 41-34. So Rugby Stags are also up now 33-0. So Quinn's really struggling over there at Edie Street. And as we run towards the end of the first half, Taroona with a comfortable lead, but University probably had the measure of the play in the last 10 minutes, or maybe the last 15 minutes even. Now starting to put some good phases together. Just very slowly making meters though, Uni. Pregnal now with the ball. ex-Taroona player, now playing at university. Same with Jensen there in the number 10. And Uni just not making any ground here. Gus Wilding, though, making a menace of himself with the ball in hand. Pass isn't so great. May kicks it long. Dewington slowly getting across there. Watches the ball hit the ground. And it goes out and very close to a 50-22. But that'll be half time. So after Taroona starting in a flurry of tries in the first couple of minutes, going up 14-0 quickly, they managed to hang on to their lead. And Uni came back in the last 15 minutes with a lot of possession and managed to put a try on the board. So at half-time, we'll see a comfortable lead to Taroona, but I don't think that we'll see a repeat of this next half. And with the score stay with such a strong margin, University playing good rugby. We'll go to a break and be back soon.
Oh, don't worry about the replay. I'll come back before we go back. Look out. I'll come back before we go back live. Okay. I'll jump back before we go live. Back. Yeah. So you can just sit there. Stay back. No, yeah. Do you want me to? Yeah. Come on!
Visit my OnlyFans. SammyHotJ.onlyfans.com. Did you check any of them out? On the pub? One cornetto? Oh,
All right, and just join you back for the kickoff for the second half.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Halftime scores, Glenorchy, big lead out at Edie Street over Harlequins, 40-0. And the rest of us, we've got 28-8 here. And a couple of close-ish ones up north. Just a try, or nine points between Launceston and Hobart, which Launceston certainly probably expected to win that one a bit more comfortably, but it's only half-time. And we're about to restart here. That's what we're waiting for. Waiting for Ed Salter, by the look of it, to sort out the ball. So Taroona with 28 points, kicked mostly in probably the first half, probably the first 20 minutes of the first half. And the last part was all University. And now great kick received there. And Taroona through Anthony Lean and James Holman. I think Lean took that ball, doing really well. So Fenny with a bustling run. Taroona now looking wide, back on the inside. Oh, Marvo with a cracker on Towie, and that ball's been turned over. Wowzers. I felt that one from here. And now Taroona driving forward, but Uni have got the ball back. And it goes wide to Mandala, who's got some space, but crunched by Holman. And University just maintaining possession. Taroona not committing to these rucks. Towdy now to Jensen. Snodgrass, been quiet so far. Haven't really put the ball out wide a lot, have University. Certainly their forwards have done the majority of their work. And I tell you, I'm a bit scared by Henry Davis's strategy of sticking his head in front of his knees when he gets tackled. That's not going to end nicely. And University still maintaining possession, but making no meters. So a bit of a repeat of the last half, struggling to make meters. Eves gets back quickly. He's got Jewindham inside him, and there's some numbers out wide here. Jewindham, though, dishes it off to Eves. Passes along the ground and then gets his own ball. Kazarine finds Salter, who straightens up, but finds Tauti and gets tackled. Jensen as well, been really busy defensively. Lean now takes it into contact, and Taroona go quickly to the right. They've got big numbers out here again too. Someone yelling out there, oh, ref something, but the ball comes out. Noble picks it up, juggles it, and finds the line in a lot of space out there. So Taroona starting as they did in the first half with a very quick try, under 2 minutes. Nice pass there from Kazarine off his preferred left hand. And Noble happy to score that try out wide. A couple of defenders coming across, but nowhere near him. And Kazarine again going to take his time with the kick. Just see on the screen there, University regathering. Having a chat about what they're going to do. Where are the gaps? How do we stop this from turning into a rout? Again, just the slow approach here from Kazarine. He's got 100% so far. Hasn't had to kick any from this far out yet, though. And looks like he's just pushed it to the right, but a good strike. So the first one that he's missed, and Taroona sit there with that lead of 33-8. The one thing that I think we definitely see from this red team is, you know, we saw it in the first half. They don't put their heads down. They never say die, and they'll keep coming back. It's just their way. You can't ever really put them away. Kick, Josh May. It's going to land in the hands of Holman. Comes back to Kazarine. Looks for the long ball and then finds Salter on a short line. And he gets past a couple of tacklers, but really doesn't make a lot of ground and ends up in the middle here. Taroona with numbers back to the right. They've got a couple of front rowers out there, but lose the ball. They just need to transfer that quickly to the wing. Noble on that far wing will be looking very happily up in front of him to see nobody. And now it's been turned over. So Red with a good attacking opportunity. Just making slow inches. This one's better. Gets around the edge there and going forward. And Taroona not rolling out of there. Sam Lowe, I think, at the bottom of the ruck. And we'll come back. No. Towie at the bottom of that one. Uni, great penalty position here. They won't be kicking for 3 points this time, though. Oh, no, they want a scrum. Okay. Interesting to not kick for the line out. Last time they had a scrum, I think they were penalised for wheeling it around. Great words there from Gardner to Marbo. Once you drive forward, you can turn the scrum, that's fine. But if you just turn straight away, you're going to be penalised. So Marbo on this side of the scrum with Aiden Fenny, I think. He'll be Marbo certainly got a serious weight advantage, but Fenny's a very strong. Taroona with a really nice push in this scrum there. Have turned it over. So bad option there for University. Heroini goes into, runs at Towdy, but gets taken from the side. Eddington now finds the space. Good defence by Gumley to get up quickly because there were numbers outside there for Taroona, and he was able to shut that one down. Holman now runs into Jensen, who's done a power of work in there defending at the number 10. Ball goes to Brocklehurst. Gets met behind the gain line and driven back. But again, these numbers right for Taroona. Heroini needs to find Noble. He does, but just runs across field and cramps the space up. Eves gets there again, looks back, lean, dishes off. Nice defence from the red men, but the ruck is good. There's no numbers out wide. And Holman's got a gap, gets it to Eddington, and now they've got space. And he's away. He's going to find, no, hangs on to it. Kills Josh May. The ankle breaker with the dummy, and May is left embarrassed on his butt. And Jordan Eddington with a ripper of a try. He even sold me. I didn't believe Jordan Eddington was going to do this dummy. Bam. May really just left ruining an opportunity there. And Jordan Eddington, I didn't see him hold on to that ball. I was looking at the winger on his outside. So he sold me too. But great timing and footwork and running with the ball in two hands there. Eddington walking back with his chest out and his head up high after that one. And very impressive work there from the man they call Pig, and I think they're going to pull him off the field now. That's a bit harsh. That's so another opportunity here for Kazarine. Within a nice range. And he kicked that one to the right. Just tried to hit that one a little bit too hard by the look of it, but back out to a 30-point lead there. Just Interesting on the replay here with Cazarini's. Not sure where he went wrong on that one. Right, Uni, 2 tries down this half. They really need to find some go-ahead. Maybe with the kick, he's not going to make 10. He's not even going to make 1 on that one. And we'll come back for a scrum in the middle of the field to Taroona. So after they fancied their scrum early, University, they, on that last one, had the scrum and lost the ball from a great tight head to Taroona. It looked to be pretty evenly matched, the scrum so far.
I don't think we're going to scrum in there, yeah.
And a bit of boot change, but Eddington has come off after scoring a couple of tries, and he's been replaced by Tanaka Harrison in the second row. Sure, looks like University backline still looks the same as it started. Don't think we've seen any other substitutions at all for them. Pop up, Watts goes, he's got Eves outside him, and he finds Dewingham, and he'll run into a big gap here. Good covering tackle there from Davis. Eves looks outside him. He's got Holman, but there's not a lot of else of option outside Holman. And now they get to Noble, and he ducks around the first one, but Snodgrass eventually makes contact with him. Eves ducks around the blind and taken out over the sideline. So well done out there by Chris Snodgrass to get around and make some good covering defence, because the pressure was on. And it looks like calling for a sub for someone out there for Taroona. Maybe not a sub, but Taroona runner out there. Christo Lagrange has to run about 80 metres to get across to that side of the field. And Scott Eves is down and needs some tape or something. Again, Glenorchy just pushing further and further ahead in their match. Looks like it's now 47-0. Launceston 17-3. And still a close one. The Bulls showing up as 19 to Burnie 12. One try there to Burnie, and they're level pegging. Line out throw is good to Red. Slow pass out of there though. Puts the pressure on May. His kick looks good, but it doesn't find touch. And Noble with the basic error there. And drops that one cold. Letting Uni off. Now we can hear a substitution there. Red 4 coming off. Hayden Beattie replaced by Michael Freeman in the number 19. And looks like Scott Eves also has come from the field for Taroona, and he's been replaced by Lagrange. And a red scrum here. Someone's loving the scrum. I don't know who it is, but it's entertaining listening. And again, Taroona get the ascendancy in this scrum, but the ball's at the back, and Red are able to get it out. Jensen running across field. There's a big gap there. May runs into it, and he's got Gumley on his outside. Dewingham comes across in cover, takes him to ground, doesn't make the tackle stick. And then the ball comes in, I think is knocked on by Red. Maybe knocked on by Blue first? No. Support play was a long way away there, but nice exploitation of the gap out there by Red. Good work in the end. Josh May running into some space out there and putting Gumley out. Would have been good. I think Gumley probably needed to look for a bit of a chip kick behind or something there instead of going through, but had a couple of good runs today. Scored a try, the one try for University so far. Taroona now with the scrum. Nice and close. Love to see who's the loud one in the scrum. And scrum settles. See the long hair of Aiden Fenny hanging down. A nice drive by Uni in that one. So scrums are teetering either way. And now the ball has been turned over at the back there. Nice run again by Wilding. He makes good meters, but he's been isolated there. And Salter, I think, gets the steal. And here it comes, look out. Aim straight for us again, but lands short and ball goes out. Taroona will have the line out.
26.
Throw goes to Holman, who catches it almost as he hits the ground. Bit of a semi-disorganised line out there to Taroona, but a good win. And ball comes back now. Lagrange, low pass there. Who's going to get onto that first? It's Lean who manages to secure that one. And Holman comes in and gives it off. And there's some space out wide. Due into McGain. He hits that ball at such pace. And he's going to get around May. No, May just manages to get a hand on him and takes him to ground. Had his hands full at the back there as May having to come across and cover in those line breaks. And the ball's out there. It was been called out. And Fenny just taking too long. So the ball was out of the back of the ruck there, and Fenny was just taking a look to see where he was going to pass it. And yeah, and he was fair game. And then in the end, as he was tackled, not able to release that ball. Didn't release that ball when he was on the ground. And so Uni have won the penalty. Substitution going to happen in front of us here. And we'll see Rob Holmes come on, I think, and Callum Blowfield for Taroona will come and have a rest at the next breakdown. Get the tap down, University at the line out. It's messy though. And Snyder's originally held up but manages to get himself to ground, so they secure that ball. So Finney Towie there coming on the side. The ball is called a maul, but he's not allowed to run in from the side once it's a maul. You still need to come in from behind the last feet of the maul, the last player on your team. And we've got a bit of a pile up under here. Happened about a minute ago, and these guys just take the time to get up.
Come on.
And the kick goes down. Doesn't quite make the halfway. And just waiting for the ball. And infringements at the ruck.
What was that, Phil? 11 blue substitution. 11 blue sub. Time still off, guys. Time still off. 11 blue. 11 blue.
We're just laughing at 11 blue when he just realised he's being subbed off. Bit of lip reading. Callum Blowfield for Taroona. He's just not had a lot of opportunity. Actually, he did score a try, but ball hasn't come his way a whole heap. And now Jensen with the ball, gives it off to May, who steps off the right foot back inside and gets over the gain line. This is where University are going to do well. They've got to keep moving the ball forward, and they haven't really had a lot of luck doing it in close. They need to start working a little bit wider of the ruck, trying to make those metres through the back line. Oh, nice work from Marbo. Look at the dummy. And I think he ends up, did he knock that on? Managed to get it off to Mandala. No. Ankle tackle by Harrison. And in comes Jordan Ryan, again driven back. So it's not these close-in places where University have made metres. It's once they've gotten the ball out around their centres and looking for May injecting himself on the play. Good run, nice little ball there behind to Pregnall. And again, making metres. It's not in tight, it's out wide. Jensen holding the ball in two hands, taking it to the line and putting the defence in two minds. Very productive few phases for University. Substitution Freeman there coming on and getting over the line there this time, just changing it up. Wilding, very solid on his feet if you don't take him down, but the ball's been stripped. And now there's some problems here. Salter not able to get that ball backwards though. Looking for the quick hands to find Holmes on the outside. Plenty of cover defence coming across though. And the turnover, in that case there, I think ripped out by Aiden Fenny, turns into a scrum for the Reds. Harlequin supporters will be happy to hear that their team have put on a try out at Edie Street, but it's currently pretty depressing for the Quins, sitting there losing score so far of 52-5. Bulls have put on another try and gone ahead 24-12. But Launceston, I think, 17-3 over Hobart, so sort of close-ish one there. Probably closer than we'd expect. Scrum here coming. Red with the put in. And a nice scrum. And they've won the penalty there, and now they get the ball out. There's not much happening in the midfield though. Towdy cops a solid drive there from Lean. No, Holman. Pregnall runs into Lean and Heroini. But Uni making good metres again. Now they push it wide, and Jensen holds on, slips through, gets it on the front foot. Knocked on, and we'll come back. So it's penalty from the scrum. It's an interesting one in that situation, like for the scrum to not stay straight. It's when Red had the drive on forward, and then if they rotate that scrum around, they're going to win the ball, even though the rotation, you know, was through their choice. But once you get the opponent's scrum on the back foot and moving backwards, it's pretty hard for them to stay straight and to not give away that penalty. And that allowed University a bit of an opportunity to try something, but bit of disarray in the midfield out there. But now they've come back to take the penalty, and nice and close. Not able to win that one though. Ball runs over the top of a number of hands. And I think first off Red. Yes, first off Red. So Taroona will have the scrum down there. It's always amazing at Rugby Park when the sun goes down behind the hills at this time. The game always seems to sort of take a bit of a turn, become scrappy. Temperature gets colder, players are tired towards the end of the game. But it usually see A lot of penalties and a lot of indiscretions on the field. Players getting tired. And we'll see if Taroona can scrum their way out of here.
Bind. No bind on this side. Going, buddy. What was that, Phil? Lou really struggled to get his bind on.
How do you know you're doing it? Eight.
Front rowers there just discussing whose fault it was that there was no bind, and Gardner just coming around to adjudicate on this side to make sure these guys are getting it right. Between Fenny and Marbo, it's been a good battle. Be a substitution soon for University, I think. Yeah, Fenny went down onto his knee there, and Marbo pretty happy with himself for milking that one. So good pressure there from Jared Marbo. And Uni now will say, yeah, we'll have a scrum. They're feel they're on top in that area, and they've won a few penalties now. Whether Taroona may look for another substitution there if University get on top. Not sure who they've got on the bench. Michael Smith possibly to come on. Just watching engagement around some of the players on the field there. We saw Anthony Lean with a nice little wave. He's waving at Harry Jensen, who's now at second receiver. So you're mine. The scrum's wheeled all the way around there. I'm not sure that the ball's out, but knocked on at there, and Taroona now have got the ball. So interesting. Dewindham running through. That's a bit of heavy traffic there. Hopefully, yeah, he manages to get to ground, and Taroona have come away with that. Ball kicked out wide, and number 14 out there, Will Moore, catches that ball and steps out. So a bit of luck out there to Taroona. And red sub here.
Number 5, I think, he's running. Substitution's made.
So Patman comes for a rest, and he's replaced by Regan Drew. And I think Drew will go into, not sure, number 8, and we may see, I don't know, maybe Pregnell go into second row. Marbo misread that and ran offside. Dewindham, just run straight through Gumley, who's hurt his shoulder, and a nice pass out there to Holmes. None of these cover defenders have the pace to catch Rob Holmes. Well, it's a good effort from Snyders in the end. Put on a few metres, but not able to catch Rob Holmes there, who's freshly on the field for Taroona. Gumley just didn't get his body in front of Dewindham there, and hurt his shoulder too. Hope he's okay. A bit of a stinger, I think. And ball was easily in the end transferred out there to Rob Holmes. So nice running from Taroona fullback Ish Dewindham there to get into space. And again, just draw the cover defence of Josh May and throw the pass out to his winger in Holmes to score. So just a little bit of reprieve there for Taroona, coming from being really on the back foot and under really immense pressure from University down there with those scrums close to Taroona's line. A couple of sort of fortunate situations led them to be able to get out of there and run most of the length of the field to score. So more scores from around the place. Glenorchy 57-5 over Harlequins. It's an absolute slaughtering going on down there. Burnie have scored again. So it's only 7 points the difference out there, 24-7. Not quite enough curve on that one from Kazarine to get over the bar. Just stays to the left. So after hitting 100% in the first half, he's missed a few. Yeah, So the Bulls just up 24-17 over the Emus. Launceston still comfortable lead, 24-3 over Hobart. And then we've got this score here, 43-8. About 10 minutes to play, maybe a little bit more. Holman gets the ball out and finds Andreessen, who's just come on the field. And I'm not sure who the replacement was for Andreessen. Maybe Towie's come off for a rest. And Lean runs into a nice solid tackle from Marbo. And ball's out. No, not in the ruck there. And pilfered by Uni.
Counter's good. Counter was fine.
Lean, see, just getting up slowly there from that very solid hit. And now the ball comes out. Towdy can't quite get around Salter, nearly does. Doesn't get the offload either to Snodgrass, who had a little bit of space there. And support comes now from Drew. Just game slowing down here. University looking to find some players. And yeah, this is where the spaces can be good. Jewindham gets across. He never looks like he's in a rush, does Jewindham. Wonky kick, but he finds touch. And Snyders gets the ball and goes for the quick line out. And Jensen gets one in the back there. Oh, interesting contact there from Erawini coming in on Ryan. Looked a bit high there. Certainly solid contact made, and just a messy rucking here. Uni just need to get settled, but can't do so, and Pregnell knocks it on, and now it's been turned over, and there's some space out wide. Noble's got a little bit of room out here if he can get around. No, he goes the kick. Gets a bit of contact on him after the kick, and the ball takes a break directly to the right and goes out.
Blue
And ball's out. Blue are going to...
Blue sub, 6 blue. 6 blue.
6 blue to come off for a rest, replaced by Aidan Cannell.
6 blue.
Played a great game in reserves. So 6 will be Finney Taue.
6 blue.
6, no?
6 are off.
Oh, 6 is Anthony Lean.
Thank you. Is Holman coming off too? Thumbs off,
No,
guys, thumbs off.
changing plan. Anthony
Is that one
Lean
coming
is
on
actually
too,
not even number 6.
Yes.
Holman.
7 red. 7 red.
James Holman is actually
7
coming
red.
off. And we'll have another sub, so. 7 red. Zach Pregnell's going to come off. I think he caught one too.
14 red. 14 red. Can you tell them to try and make them all at once, please, Phil?
Everyone's decided now there's a stop that they'll have a sub.
Sorry, 11.
11 red. And it's all
Is someone
chaos.
come on for Holman?
Come on, Phil, what's going on? 7, 14, 6, 4. That sounds like a line-out call.
All good.
Chaos in the substitutions. Poor old Phil Rogers over here trying to manage what's going on. Anyway, we've got some rugby back happening. And University down there managed to win the line-out and drive forward. Marbo in the thick of it. He's had a great game today. He's been absolutely everywhere. Don't think he's been off the field at all. And here he is, another pick and drive. Doesn't make any metres though, which has been really the story of the day for Uni. They've not made any metres with the pick and drive. Taroona's defence has been pretty good. I think there's some legs flying up in the air there, but not sure what happened. Snyder's digging in there. Marbo comes back and just gets met at the gain line and makes no metres again. So going wide has really been where Uni have looked more dangerous in these kinds of situations. Good wrapping around from Towdy, hangs onto it. Ball goes flat. May hangs off it and then finds Westenberg, who's just come on recently. But I think he's been well pilfered there by the jackal in Ed Salter. Welcome to the field, Tim Westenberg. Nice steal there from Salter to survive the first clean out. And he chips that ball down for the penalty, and Taroona will have a line out perilously close to University's line if you're a University player.
No, mate, no. Sorry, he said no.
And
Close the gap, Blue. Okay.
line out comes, Taroona win it. Ball gets tished back and goes very wide and high to Kazarine. Goes behind to Salter. There's room out wide, but the pass goes at the feet of Noble and he overruns it. Fortunately, Dewindham's there, but he gets pinned for holding on to it. So Noble got around there to clean out, but it was well held on there by, not sure who it was. Great work in defence there. Just ordinary pass, made it very hard for Noble. Looks like we've got a final score out at Edie Street of the Stags. Very, very resounding victory out there, 59-5 against Harlequins. Oh, Chris Noble coming onto the field for his 4th game of rugby for today, I think. Maybe his 3rd game of rugby, but played for 4 different teams. So Noble comes on for lean. He's going to go into the 2nd row, is he? No, there he is at the back of the line out. Not sure where he's playing. Neither's he, I think. And ball just falls down and looks like, oh, we'll see who wins this here. I think University end up getting it. Reece Watt's almost able to get that for Taroona. Ball comes to Towdy. It's with the switch inside. Marbo running very much across field, but having a good game again. Just to mention before, just he's been absolutely everywhere. Now he's running onto balls. Ball's a maul now, and Taroona just need to hold this one up and they'll win the scrum. Not sure where the ball is. Is it there? Ball is there, so University fortunately able to get that one out and swing around to the left. Wilding, as always, playing a very solid game. Gets the pass off there and finds his teammate again over there in Marbo. Going to see a yellow card, I reckon, in a lot of warnings.
All right, he's grabbed the player, he slipped him over onto his back, he's gone well past horizontal and landed on his back. It's a yellow card. Still going past horizontal whichever way it goes. No, I'm not there.
Didn't see where that happened, but straight out of there, you heard it. Tipped over horizontal, landed on the back. That's not safe. I don't know. Didn't see how that happened.
14 red. 14 red.
Here it is here, buddy.
Question. If a player's got... Ask the question.
Substitutions happening again. It seems to be so many substitutions, and 2 players are only allowed 8 per team. Chris Noble finds himself out in the back line of University looking for an intercept and causes a bit of a nuisance. Looks like that ball's been knocked on there, but no, not spotted. And good counter ruck there by Taroona, but don't quite get over it. Now Fenny's in the way, and he's got to get out of there, and he does. Messy ruck. Now the ball's out, and a good pass there. I'm not sure who that was, but the ball comes out to May. He's got Westenberg outside him, but he can't get around Holmes, and look, Salters pilfered it again. Gets a little chip away, and there's trouble here. Snodgrass not seeing Holmes. Copped a solid tackle and drove him into the ground, and Uni now will go to the ruck in the middle of the ground. Only just there, Taroona's side of the halfway line. Only a few minutes to go. University would love to be able to put on one last try. Wonky pass going out there. Oh, look out. Noble's chipped it ahead, and he's got the pace here. Just needs an easy pickup, and he goes for it. Oh, dodges the players. Look out. Marbo comes in. Where'd that man Marbo come from? He's just dug so deep. And Matt Noble picks that ball up, manages to get it back to his father, Chris Noble, and he finds Leon Andreessen out there who manages to score a try. So father-son combination here. Great work by Jared Marbo coming in there. Matt Noble puts it back. Chris Noble picks it up and gives it off, and the try is scored. So a bit out of nowhere there. University trying their hardest to put another try on, but bit of a poor pass saw Matt Noble chip that through, and he slowed down a lot to ensure he could pick that ball up, and ended up being covered. And the one guy who we didn't see coming behind him, who managed to just grab him in the bottom of the jersey, was Jared Marbo, who has just played an amazing game for his team today. This deep in the game, Taroona bench has forgotten their responsibility getting a tee over to the kicker. And James Holman, who's actually come off as an injury, has to run the tee over. He's just going to have to kick here. He's not going to have time to wait for the tee. And no good. Still got time to play. But just taking too long there. So players got 90 seconds to make their conversion kick. And that was not enough. I'll hold off giving you any other scores from the other grounds other than we saw that final score at Glenorchy showing its final 59-5 with Harlequins having a real trouble there. Michael Smith under this ball, doesn't want it, so it falls and bounces to Leon Andreessen, who bounces off the hit, and that's Gus Wilding who's holding his shoulder, sorry, on the ground.
Counter's good. Counter's fun.
Counter ruck. And Taroona now at this messy breakdown. We'll get a penalty there. There's some counter rucking both ways, but Beattie, who's come back on the field, has come around the side.
On the front.
Tricky there. Players not making it easy for Gardner to adjudicate what's going on. Just hard to make decisions there, so probably going to hit full time here. Taroona, they'll go for the line out. And probably one last opportunity here to put some points on either way. 40-point margin. Ball goes to Harrison, who gets it back. Lagrange goes wide to Kazarine. He goes around the back to Solder, who's got Dewingham, again running into that space out there. He'll look for Holmes on his outside, and he doesn't quite get it to him. May regathers though, and he's got an opportunity here. Finds it inside to Jensen. And advantage for the knock-on's over. University now in attack. Ball runs into Davis. Just has that scary put down of his head when he runs into contact. He gets up though, worried about him. And a nice run through by Wilding. What's he got? Here's Gus. Dewingham's a great tackler, and he manages to take him down, get to his feet, and he'll steal that ball too.
15, no release.
No release, apparently. Pretty harsh, I'd say. But bad luck to Dewingham.
Knock on here, guys.
So knock-ons both ways. So bad luck there to Red. Great run by Gus Wilding. We must be pretty much at full time here. And the knock-on will see. We'll see a scrum to Taroona. I think 30 seconds to go. So once this scrum happens, Taroona will probably look to kick out and see. Just take some time here. I'm not sure what we're waiting for. Wilding heaving in the breaths after that big run.
Just have a bit of a go.
So Gus is going to come from the field. Don't know if there's anyone, I don't know if they've got any subs left to replace him.
He knocked it into the bar as he made the tackle. So where's he made the tackle? Yeah, you're heading there. We'll do it. It rebounded back.
It's like they do. And Tom Patman will come back on the field.
Come on. No, sorry. Yeah. That's last play, my God.
Taroona scrum. Very deep in defence. Uni will be looking for a good solid push on here. Yeah, they unfortunately just driving too early on that one. So Taroona now should have the opportunity to just tap this ball out over the sideline, and that'll be the end of the game. And there it is. So very resounding victory on the scoreboard there to Taroona, coming away 40-point winners, 48-8. Very, very solid game, really. Never really looked like they were that far on top. University were always, you know, defending solidly and looking dangerous when they were able to throw the ball wide, but just weren't able to make the most of the few opportunities that they had. And Taroona running out in the end there with a pretty comfortable victory. So the Greg Sawyer Shield will go to Taroona this year again. Greg having associations with both of these two clubs as player and coach at university, and a very strong, solid coaching and mentoring role at Taroona in sort of the last 20 years, I guess. And so, yeah, there we have it. We'll see Taroona relinquish that again, and we'll leave it there. And see you next week, where we should be broadcasting from Edie Street, where we'll see the Stags playing out there. So, out. Bye.
He lifted him like arse over tit that day. I was just like,